Well, folks, YouTubers that like the channel because of the Corvette Grand Sport, there's a very good chance that Corvette Grand Sport is probably not coming back to the channel. Basically, I took the car in today for the whole rear axle service light popping on and off periodically. And just like the internet says, they don't really know why the light pops on and off. I mean, really and truly. And so I got the call from the dealership today, the service department, saying that GM wants them to replace the rear differential in my brand new 2017 Corvette Grand Sport. And I'm supposed to, I guess, accept that? Nah, that's just not going to happen. So what I did was fired off this letter here. I'm not going to read it, but as you can see, it is a strongly worded, what the fuck are y'all thinking letter to GM and to every service manager at Huffines and Moritz. Now, Moritz, granted, didn't do anything but try to fix it, which may be the reason why it's broke. I mean, that's just, you start messing with transmissions, because to be honest with you, I didn't start getting that light about the service rear axle until they allegedly fixed the 3 sink grills in the transmission, and they had my car for over a month, doing that. And then, of course, you all know about for lack of a better word, fucked up paint job. I mean, none of this stuff is monetized anyway, so. But yeah, they fucked up the paint job, and I had to pay $2,100 to have it fixed. Shout out to Def Con Detailing. I might have just wasted that $2,100, but if I get this thing replaced, they're gonna pay me back for that. I mean, I want all of it. I want the money for the warranty on the tire hazard that I bought, which was about $1,300. I want the money back for the tinted windows, and I want the money back for the ceramic coating I did. So they got 2 options, because I would take another Corvette, because quite frankly, I think the problem with the Corvette, other than the paint shit, was caused by Moritz. Just my opinion. I mean, because I didn't have no kind of service rear axle light till after they started working on the transmission, and I didn't have any riggedy raggedy ass sound coming from the transmission when I put the reverse until after they worked on the transmission. So technically the car came from the factory okay, transmission wise, as far as I know. I don't think I never would have had that problem with the light if they had never messed with the transmission. Just my opinion. So now they want me to allow them to put a rear axle in the car, and basically it's probably a rebuilt axle and probably a rebuilt transmission in a brand new Corvette. What would you do? Exactly. So I don't think this letter is going to get any kind of response other than somebody who thinks they have a good working relationship with me, probably the finance manager, this guy Chris Ninos. He's pretty cool. He talked to me last time. He talked me off the ledge. He swore me down that they didn't do anything to the car when I bought it as far as the paint, which they probably didn't. It looked like it was a paint defect from the factory. Okay, that's cool. But if they send Chris Ninos to call me at some point, and if he ain't saying, well, we're going to replace it, there ain't shit he can say to me. If the GE customer service lady calls me like she did last time and tells me very bluntly, well, no, we don't refund or replace cars, then we don't have shit else to say. Because all I want to hear is, Jay, don't know better. We know you do know better. And we got a replacement 2017 Corvette Grand Sport, just like the one you got, sitting at the lot over here in XYZ. And we're going to bring this to your house. We're going to buy yours back. You give your finance company the new information, and we'll call it even. If you want to, you can give me a 2018. But unless you can find a 2017 2LT black with the red guts, yeah, I'm probably not going to go for that. Or you can give me a Z06. I mean, no. I'm not sure that the Corvette is a shitty vehicle, as some people have said on my videos and page. I just don't believe that. I believe what happened to this car was, yeah, that paint defect was crappy, and the little stuff with the switches inside, yeah, that's crappy. Which, by the way, the switches start back working. Go figure. But I think the problem with this particular car is you don't let a dealership dismantle the transmission in your car. Once you start messing with the transmission, it's downhill from there. I know that from auto mechanics class 101 back in high school. It's downhill. That's why people don't ever change the fluid in their transmission. I mean, they'll tell you, have you ever changed the fluid in your transmission? If you say no, most service centers won't even mess with it. They like, nah, just, is it working? Leave it the hell alone. And again, I don't think the transmission was the issue. I think that the transmission just needed to be warmed up before it would shift perfect. It wouldn't shift bad, but sometimes if you just drove off in a car, the second gear would grind a little bit. You could hear it at clank. But whenever the car was warm, it wouldn't be no problem. So, and he was saying something about the clutch. Like the clutch was jacked up, which, none of that was a problem until they started messing around with it. So my hope is that, one of these guys up here or somebody from Chevrolet headquarters call me and say, we're going to replace your car. And then work out the details. But all this hooja-haja shit and, we need to investigate what happened to... Because anybody who looked at my channel can tell that car has barely been driven. There's no mods on it. There's no drag racing on it. There's nothing that you would normally do with that car. And you 50-some years old with it. Because I ain't no 20-some-year-old guy. I'm not out there trying to smoke nobody or race nobody or any. You put up beside me want to race, you're going to be looking crazy as hell. Because I'm going to be one of them dudes that drive off and go the other way. I mean, I didn't buy the car for that. I mean, I know what the car can do, so, I mean, I don't need to prove it. To me, that car is for the ladies. Yeah, I'm shallow like that. I don't mind catching a few ladies based on the car. So, if I don't hear something back from them, I've already filed the lemon law complaint. I can tell you that right now. See, I don't waste no time, dicking around with stuff like this, because I know, I might be surprised, and somebody might call me and say, we see what you're saying, and you are right. We're going to replace that. We're going to replace that car. We're going to get that car out your hair. They might do that. Well, you can see right here, if they don't, I've already filed my Texas Department of Motor Vehicles lemon law complaint. And, they've tried twice to fix the car, the transmission. So they weren't able to do it. And I really think that they made it worse, whatever they did. I don't know. All I know is somebody on this list is going to call me tomorrow, probably early in the morning. And probably this guy right here. Good guy. We had a great conversation when I was getting the car. I mean, he's the finest guy. He told me a lot he was cool as a fan. But if you ain't saying, we're going to fix that, we're going to replace that car. We're not going to give you no new rear end and repair the transmission twice. And, we're going to fix that car. We're going to reimburse you for doing a ceramic coat because, I mean, not many people pay the money to get their car ceramic coated. So clearly I was an enthusiast. I was treating the car like it was something I was going to have at least for a few years anyway. And I wanted it to be right when I sold it. Now, if I pay that kind of money to have my car right when I sell it, why in the hell would I want to take a car with a rebuilt transmission, a rebuilt rear end, and then try to sell it to somebody? I wouldn't shit on nobody like that. I mean, I try to sell it to a dealership like that. I mean, because they'll turn around and resell it for a premium, but I want a premium for it. So, bottom line is, that car, if it comes back to my garage, it's going to be there waiting on a resolution from either somebody here, Texas Department of Motor Vehicles, or an attorney. We can go either route. It's, to me, it's kind of up to them. This is a real simple deal. You sold me a car that had some problems. The car hasn't been dogged out. I barely drove the car. I never drove the car in the rain or inclement weather. It ain't never been wet other than when I washed it. The undercarriage of that car is sparkling. You can eat off that shit. So it ain't no situation where it's been dogged. It ain't been marred. It ain't even had a aftermarket air filter on it. All I did was tint the windows and put some car seats on it to protect the insides. Period. So, GM, if you watching this video or watch any of my videos, go watch my videos. You can see how I treated this car, man. This car was babied. Anybody else that have this car be like, man, he don't even need no damn Corvette. Look how he driving. I mean, don't get me wrong. I drove it when I wanted to drive it. I mean, it's designed to go fast. So, I went fast by my standards. 80, 85 miles an hour, shit. To me, and I'm looking to slow down, my head starts spinning past that. I mean, theoretically, I could probably have a 4-cylinder Volkswagen and be just as happy. But when you've always wanted a Corvette, and you get to the point where you can buy a Corvette, damn it, that's what you do. You buy a Corvette. When that Corvette turns out to be a piece of shit, well, that's when shit hit the fan. And, shit about to hit the fan because I know they're not going to do what I want them to do. Here's what I'm asking. Where is it at here? Let's see. Be advised, I will not accept a rebuilt car with a rebuilt transmission and a replaced rear end or a rebuilt rear end. And who knows what the issues will pop up once you start repairing these items. I mean, it's common sense, man. You can't take a car from the factory and then expect Joe Knucklehead over at so-and-so so-and-so repair shop to be able to do all of this, even if he's certified. He got a helper who ain't certified, nah, that shit's not going to work. That doesn't work for me. That's my going in point. That doesn't work for me. Rebuilding this rear end and transmission, that shit don't work for me. So I'm not sure what the end result's going to be, but I will definitely keep you all posted. Look for you might even see a Z06 and a Porsche show up in the garage. You just got to stay tuned and see what happens with this amazing drama-filled Corvette situation. If I sound like I'm not pissed, believe me, it's fake. I'm mad as a mother right now. I'm beyond pissed off because I've always wanted a Corvette. Period. End of story. That's all I ever wanted was a Corvette. That's the one dream car I wanted since I can remember. I mean, you can watch my video. Anybody that knows me, Corvette, Corvette. If you said something about the cars and everybody else who want a Lambo or what, I would always come back with a Corvette. So, and a lot of people told me Corvettes are shit. Before I bought one, man, that's a lot of guys told me, man, those cars are shit. And I kind of see what they're saying, and I kind of don't see what you're saying. I mean, because I don't think this car would have been in this situation if they had never touched the transmission. That is what I honestly feel. I think that car came off the line with some paint issues, but the rest of it, I don't know. I'm not so sure. So, in any case, I will keep YouTube made well aware of this situation. So stay tuned for the end results of this drama with my Corvette mama. Charlene, you bitch.